we are down to 1,700 litres of fertilizer. We've used about 800 litres. I'm hoping that we are going to finish with about 1,200. But if this is halfway through, we're going to be short of that. And we're not going to have enough to actually get it done. Hello and welcome along and welcome back to Haut Beyleron. We are heading down to the shop today. We are in our brand new Z-Tour along with our Amazon ZGB 6001. And that is because we have a chance today to earn some extra cash. There are a couple of fertilizing contracts that are paying well and that shouldn't take us too long to do. So I'm heading down there in this machine, and hopefully we're going to get our new piece of kit, our new tractor, tried out. We've got GPS on it. We have a whole nice setup on here, so we're going to give that a go. I have had to reassign all of my controls again, so I'm hoping everything's going to work out as it should, but we'll see how that works out. So let's bring this into here, and we're just going to drop our off the back. There we go. Oh, no, before we do that, actually, I want to connect that back up and open that up, because otherwise we won't be able to refill. We'll move this tractor out the way, and actually what I want to do is see if we can put some wheel weights on the back of it. We'll make it much easier than getting a weight on the back of here all the time. So let's just customize this. Now we should have options for, there we go, wide tires with a wheel weight will be 3,700. Just wheel weights, there we go, will be 1,200. So we will customize that. Yes, please. Okay, and we're going to need to reattach that. There we go. And now that we've done that, we'll head over here and we want to grab ourselves some fertilizer. So we're going to grab a couple of big bags of fertilizer. It's 1,820. So in total, it's going to be 3,640. Let's buy that. Yes. And then back out. And then before I go any further, let's just grab these contracts. So the two contracts I'm looking to do today are these two. Field 5, which is 12,039. And Field 30, which is 13,423. Should both be absolutely fine to do. We're going to end up with about 20,000 off both of these. So it'll accept that contract and accept that contract. In fact, if we have time, we might take on Field 27. Yeah, if we've got time and fertilizer, we'll take on Field 27, and that will pay for the fertilizer we've used on these two fields. So, just going to grab the tractor. Now we've got the wheel weights on the back, we should be able to pick this up fairly easily. Now, as it's reset, of course, it's gone into... it's fully turned off and all of the gears left. I should have left the trailer over here. Never mind. Let's just... oh, see if we can pick one of these up. Ever so slightly in the wrong place. No, I got it. So I can detach with this. I can't attach with this. That's interesting. There we go. Yeah, still trying to work things out a little bit and get things to set. I'll probably have my keys sorted out in short order, but they are all being a little bit funny. Now, we're expecting the rain to end in the not too distant future. It's supposed to be, so it's forecast to have stopped already. So I don't think, in fact, yeah, you can see it is stopping right now. So that's good. We'll be doing this in the dry anyway. Let's get the second one on here. And connect that up. There we go. And then we can load this up. And 2,000 litres should easily cover what we're doing today, I think. If it doesn't, then yeah, these aren't quite such good value as I've expected them to be. Otherwise, I think we're going to be all right. There we go. That's that done. Let's get this here. And before our fertilizer gets too wet, let's reconnect everything up. That, and that. And away we go. Oh, let's just close that up. And we are headed for field 30, which is that away. Beacons on, and away we go. By the looks of it, field 30 is one we've done a couple of videos ago. It's just up here on the left. And yeah, our first video back here on Haut Beyleron, we did this. We did it with a piece of kit that we hired. And I don't think, I think we grabbed one thing of fertilizer at the time to do that. So yeah, here's hoping that this is going to be okay. We're going to set point A, set point B, set auto width, check my lines. We need to move this over to the right. Let's bring this a little bit further back. So, move our line over to the right. It's interesting, the controls say left and right for GPS, but it actually, you assign them to moving right and left, which is a bit weird. And away we go. And now we got some really good coverage, and we're right up to the edge. We won't waste a single litre of this fertilizer. Now, I did wonder if, with our crop sensors that you can see mounted on our tractor, whether that would change if we turn them on during this. But if I go Alt-B and turn on the crop sensors, yeah, we're not actually getting any reading, and I think that's because this is a contract. I didn't expect it to, but it didn't hurt to try. And yeah, pretty much straight up confirmed what I thought. I'm looking forward to using this on my own fields, though. Once we got this year's harvest out of the way and we're able to scan our fields and everything, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how these bits of kit from precision farming work, because it's gonna be good. Halfway through this contract now, and we are down to 1,700 litres of fertilizer. So we've used, in that case, I think we started with about 2,500. So in that case, we've used about 800 litres. I'm hoping that we are going to finish with about 1,200. But if this is halfway through, we're not. We're going to be short of that. I think we're going to be closer to about 800 litres. So it's going to mean another trip to the shop, grabbing another load of fertilizer, because the other field we're doing, field 5, is roughly the same size as this, and therefore we're not going to have enough to actually get it done. So we're coming up to the 1,250 mark, and we are only 80% of the field done. So we might be left with about 1,000 litres, quite possibly. But yeah, we are definitely below where I want to be. Now, I can risk it and try and do field 5, depending on how much we end up with. I think if we've got under 1,000 litres left, though, it's not going to be enough to get that field done. So we'll see where we are, and yeah, we might have to add some more fertilizer in here to actually finish things off, which is unfortunate because it's another £2,000 digging deeper into our profits on this. Over 90% complete now, and so very nearly at the end of this contract. I think it won't be more than the end of this row If it's anything more than that, then yeah, that would surprise me. We are at 1,040 litres at the moment. So we're getting very close to that threshold where I'm going to have to buy some more fertilizer. And yeah, down to 1,020. Is it going to hit the end of the contract before it drops below 1,000 litres? And the answer to that, of course, is no. That is under 1,000 litres. 991. We're going to get part of the way up this road then before this runs out. And yeah, we are going to have to go and add another 1,000 litres in here. So it hasn't used all of both bags, but it has used a considerable amount of both bags. There we go. That is it finished. Off we come, and we're going to have to pop up to the shop, grab ourselves another bag of fertilizer, because this is not going to be enough for the next field. Back down at the shop, so we should be able to just grab a bag of fertilizer here. Let's just swing this round. I think actually that's probably the wrong... Oh no, that is fine. That's good. I think it's all the others. Whoa, got stuck in the tire. There we go. I think all the others open on the other side. This one just opens on this side, so that will be able to put one straight in. Big bags. Fertilizer. There's nothing smaller that... No, that's 1,000 litres, and I doubt there's solid fertilizer pallet. Less, but more costly, I think. Plus, I don't have anything I can load that up with, so we'll take the one bag of fertilizer. Yes. Oh, that's so expensive. There we go. Let's get this turned around. Get this loaded up. Oh, distance. Not a strong thing. So 21 is attached. Oh, there we go. I got it. I think it's just a little bit more finicky. And unload it in. And there we go. That is the bag in. Back down. We'll bring this round, hook it up again, and we can head out to field 5. And oh, we might get up to 80,000. That would be good. I have had a thought, and I want to know what you guys think about this. Rather than spending a whole load of money on a grain store, I'm thinking maybe of buying the grain mill. Now, I know that there is an old windmill mod on the mod hub, but lots of people have suggested that for No Man's Land, and I'm very much thinking that might be a good shout for there. As a result, I'm thinking of trying to get the grain mill on here, make some flour, and see if we can make our money go a little bit further and earn a little bit more from it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that that's a good way to go? I think it's 90,000 for us to buy that. So it would be a big expense, but I think in the long run it would pay off. Especially if we can get the bakery and start making some flour for bread, or as I mentioned before, a cake. Field 5 is just up here on the right. We'll turn in here. And there it is. Right, what I'm going to do to set up the GPS this time. So I think the top part of the field, yeah, so it's all pretty straight. We're going to line ourselves up here. Turn the GPS on. Set our first point. We haven't got a first point. Okay, yeah, we have got a first point. There we go. Set that along there. And that is not right. Let's set our first point. There we go. And then try that again. And this will give us a good line along the edge of the field. Which, no. Menu up. Now this is, if you find this happening, what you want to do is get the... there should be a snap angle. Where are you? Lines... Line offset, no. Headland distant, headland management, no. Good. Snap terrain angle, there we go. That's what we want to turn off. And now we can set this again. By the time we get to the other end of the field, we should be all set up on this. So, there we go. Perfect. We can now move that over. Now it's moving the right direction. It must be because I was reversing on the last field. That is now. I'm pressing left and it's moving left. So that's good. And, oh, yeah, that doesn't matter. Move it right up to the edge. Perfect. And now, when we turn around here, our lines will be in the perfect place. We're just over 20% of the way through the field, between 20 and 30% of the way through. We used up about 350 litres of fertilizer when we hit the 20% mark. So, extrapolating that out, I'm expecting us to use roughly 1,750 litres on this field. That is that means that buying that extra 1,000 litres was absolutely necessary because we only had 900 left, and we will have a healthy margin of error. We should end up with about 150 litres left. So if my estimate is out a little bit by maybe 5%, I think we should be all right. Yeah, we're 30% now, and yeah, we're stopped. And at 30%, we are at about 1,500 litres. So yeah, that's about right. So yeah, we'll be good. I think we're going to be okay. I don't think we're going to need to refill this again. Although, I think the whole thing is going to be a little bit close. We're 50% complete on this contract, and we've still got just under 1,200 litres left of fertilizer. That is very, very good. I'm easily going to make this now. If we got more than 500 litres left, no, if we got more than 900 litres left, then it wasn't worth buying the extra fertilizer. I don't think it's going to be that good, but I do think we're going to be left with probably the very same amount of fertilizer as we started the day with, which isn't a bad thing per se, but yeah, it's just ever so slightly annoying that we can't buy the fertilizer for a reasonable price in a lesser quantity. We're past that point now where it wasn't worth refilling our fertilizer. We are at 850 litres. So it's, yeah, we needed that extra bag of fertilizer that we picked up at the beginning of this, or before we came to this contract. So 3 bags of fertilizer was warranted. I still think we're going to end up with about 20,000, given the extra little bit of cash that each of these contracts has. If we come back in here, yeah, and I'm going to put the cruise control on. Let's bring it down to 10 just so that we can control it in the corners. And have a look in here. You can see that the contracts in here, we've got 13,423 and 12,039. So we're just shy of 25,500 there. We have spent, well, we can have a look at how much was spent on fertilizer today, actually. Let's have a look in the money. And not on new vehicles, but on fertilizer, we spent 5,460. So yeah, it is pretty much £20,000 that we're going to make off both these contracts, even with these on here. So that's even with 3 bags of fertilizer having been bought. Not bad, really. I'm really quite happy with that. 20,000 on top of here is going to take us up to 82,000. If we want to buy the I want to buy the grain mill to start getting some flour produced. We will have the money fairly soon, and yeah, that will be great. And I think we're gonna have some produce to get selling soon. We're gonna hold on to the strawberries so that we can get them to the bakery later, but everything else can be sold, I think. Final row of this contract, we're at about 95-96% now. And then we're going to see how much these are both worth. We don't have to go back to the shop at all. Once these are completed, we can just go in, pull off to the side and complete both of these. I then want to head back to my farm and see where we are. The one thought I have got going back to the just spending all this money on buying the grain mill. There we go. Contract done. Is that we are going to still have to buy some equipment and things this year. And if it all goes into doing that and doing the the flour and everything, we're not going to make any money from our harvests. So we've got to be careful of that. Let's have a look though at our 2 completed contracts. So 12,039, 13,423, collect and collect. So yeah, there we go. 87,955. We actually, yeah. Oh yeah, because we collected the full thing. We made 20,000, but of course that doesn't come off the contracts at the end. So yeah, we are up to 87,000. We are only, in fact, 87,995. So 88,000. We are only about £2,000 from buying the grain mill, if we want to go that way. One thing I have noticed after finishing that field is we are left with 520 litres of fertilizer. Roughly how much we started today with before we'd bought a single bag of it. So yeah, that happened. That's the way that's gone as well. Which is slightly annoying. I think when harvest rolls around, we might try and pick up some contracts, actually, as well. See if we can make some extra money. Especially if we, again, if we buy the grain mill and take contracts into there. Last time I did that, I ended up getting all of the grain from the contract into the grain mill and making money off that as well. So I'm quite hoping that that's going to be the case again, and we'll be able to make some extra flour off that and do that way. We of course need to make sure we've got enough wheat to feed our chickens and keep them going, but that shouldn't be too hard. I think I'd like to get a workshop down at our farm as well. I think that would be really useful. But at the moment, I also think getting somewhere where we don't have to buy, because actually our gateway here does not have a lot of space to the left of it, so we don't have a huge amount of space to put a grain store in. It would kind of be in the middle of our yard, I think. And having a look at that in here, see a silo, we're looking at spending, even with the cheaper ones I've got, we're looking at spending at least 30,000 on a silo to store it until it reaches best price, and not an awful lot of I suppose we could put it there, maybe at the side of our shed or something. We've got some other ones. This is an old silo that's yeah, that has an interesting shape. Not quite sure where we would, well, we'd have to put that there somewhere maybe. So we have got silos that we could use that are worth the money, but just buying the grain mill, that would allow us to process everything and would be 90,000, I think. Let's have a quick look. We'll head down there. Grain mill is down here. So yeah. How much would it cost for us to purchase this? 96,000. So we are about 8,000 short. We do have time though. It is only May, And looking at our calendar, we're looking at our barley coming available in June. So yeah, we need enough money as well to hire a combine. So we will see what contracts we have kicking about. There are a few. There's some good spraying ones out there. There is also some baling if we wanted to sort some stuff for some cows later on. So plenty for us to be doing still here on Haut Beyleron. Plenty of options to go. Let me know in the comments what you think. I am really, really interested. But for now, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.